Are you ready to dive into the world of project management? Hit that subscribe button as we explore how to stay relevant in the agile workforce. All projects will have some varying degree of project governance. It really is depending upon the organization and what level and threshold that they want to control their projects. Let's dig into this study guide, which is on the EverTech and the projectleaders.training page. Project governance entails all key elements that make the project successful. The project manager needs to view and review the 8 governance components. And project governance must be tailored to an organization's need. The oversight function is aligned to the organization's governance model, and it encompasses the project lifecycle. There are 2 elements that we're going to discuss in project governance: alignment with the organization's governance, which is the project governance framework, roles and responsibilities, stakeholder engagement and communication, and longevity, monitoring, and controlling governance plans, which the project manager must ensure that there are proper meetings, reporting, risk and issue management, assurance, and project management control processes. There are 8 governance components that we're going to discuss and their applicability into the real world. Let's learn and understand this. Governance model. So your governance model is dependent upon your organization's experience, and it determines the baseline. If you're not a mature organization with project governance, then you're probably not going to have a more complex governance model. Accountability and responsibility impacts the effectiveness of meetings, change control processes, risk assessment, and communication plans. Stakeholder engagement. The project manager needs to define the stakeholders, their interests, expectations, and how to communicate. This is so critical. Stakeholder communication. You need to identify the interests, expectations, and a plan that delivers concise, efficient, and a timely resources of information or flow of information. And then meetings and reporting. You want to ensure the right plan, the balance of meetings and reporting are identified. This is all within the governance framework. Risk and issue management. You need to forecast risk, and that starts with the planning. And assurance. You need to ensure that risk and issues are managed effectively and define the metrics that gives visibility. You need to not only just define the metrics, but make sure that it's visible. You don't need to hide this from the project team. Make sure that they are empowered and they feel like they have some buy-in as well. And then project management control processes. You need to monitor and control all tasks associated with the project and program and ensure associated metrics. Metrics are key to ensuring success. There are 4 roles with establishing and maintaining project governance. We also have separate study guides for each one of these: the sponsor, the project management office, the steering committee, and the project manager. Next, we're going to discuss governance information repository. The governance information repository standardizes the governance framework. It provides immediate access to the governance best practices. It fosters a process for interlocking with stakeholders and provides a one source of truth for all project management community. And there is a 3-pronged approach that we're going to discuss. We first create, which determines a location for the project management community that is accessible on the intranet. We want to establish a repository, have this site, but also have it serve as a location for best practices, descriptions, templates, and examples. And then networking. We want to create a forum for sharing ideas, blogs, links, discussing, and also training. The benefits for strengthening governance are astronomical, but we'll cover a couple. By strengthening governance, studies have illustrated that it has a proven track record of success across projects for increasing the likelihood of delivering them on time, cost, and within scope. It assists in aligning stakeholder expectations by standardizing the roles and responsibilities for key roles within a program and also a project. It also drives timely decision making by getting the correct data to the right individuals. It also ensures we know who is accountable and also who is responsible for what. It also enables fast moving projects to maintain a tempo in a controlled environment. And it ensures that governance is consistently applied across different portfolios. There are steps for identifying the level of intensity within your governance framework. Remember, this is something that is tailored. So you need to, like this topic is discussing, identify the level of intensity. You want to define the customer's requirements, nature of the project based on the tempo, pace of the customer, and also the change environment. You want to define the proposed solution and what success looks like based on the project type, financials, define success, leadership, technology, internal teams, and other dependencies. You want to provide governance agility. It's not always one size fits all. You want to roll with that plan, not plan too far in advance. Provide a template and guidelines on managing the handover from sales to delivery, planning, stakeholder, kickoff, meeting, revenue, monitoring, reporting, communication plan, lessons learned, and project closure. We're going to discuss some benefits for project governance. So the following are 4 key benefits for project governance: information dissemination and transparent communication. There's nothing else that needs to be said outside of that. Transparency is so key on all projects. A single point of accountability. If you know your roles and responsibilities, there are single points of accountability, and that's critical. Issue management and resolution. This is also very critical, and it also outlines roles, responsibilities, and relationships among project stakeholders. These are great benefits. And the benefits of governance include it defines and articulates structured roles, responsibilities, and accountability within a project, facilitating decision making. This is critical when the project manager has a deviation in scope, budget, time, resources, or quality, or when a risk has been presented. Project governance defines whom these issues impact and how to deal with a project. It provides instructions. It provides the vehicle for information gathering and also reporting to stakeholders. So we're going to discuss quickly 8 characteristics of good governance. Make sure that you understand these. It's participatory. It is consensus oriented, accountable, transparent, responsive, effective, and efficient. It's equitable and inclusive, and it follows the rule of law, all of which are good. So we're going to discuss corporate governance. Corporate governance can be seen to entail the relationship between a company's management and its boards, shareholders, and also stakeholders. It addresses the following areas: roles and responsibilities, decision-making, accountability, ethics, disclosure and transparency, performance and effectiveness, risk management and control, and implementation of strategy. Corporate governance is organic and develops piecemeal over time. It's an evolutionary process. Internal governance. This is a set of mechanisms and processes that organizations use to organize, coordinate, and govern internally. Internal governance seeks to guide actions and produce standards from within an organization. For example, internal auditing committees. Project-based organization, 3 levels of governance. There is a level of a board and extent to which there are interests after a project. 2, there is context in which a project takes place. 3, there is a level of the individual project. So those are project-based organization, 3 levels of governance. And you have different levels. Governance of a project management. That is GOPM. It is a subset of corporate governance. Still, most of the methodologies and activities involved within day-to-day management of individual projects lie outside the direct concern of corporate governance. Boards of management responsible for project governance will have developed their mental models behind the language of the project governance. Directors are responsible for ensuring that organizations achieve expectations. Governance of project management, GOPM. It is a subset of corporate governance. Still, the methodologies and activities involved in the day-to-day management of individual projects lie outside the direct concern of corporate governance. Boards of management for project governance will have to develop mental models behind the language of project governance. Directors are responsible for ensuring that organizations achieve expectations mandated. The managers who are expected to plan and implement governance experts and efforts, they must decide about the nature of the mandated subject, what is to be achieved, and what are the specifics to be addressed to do so. So there are 11 principles of governance in project management. The first one, the board has an overall responsibility for governance of project management. The roles and responsibilities and performance criteria of project management governance are clearly defined. 3. Discipline governance arrangements supported by appropriate methods and controls are applied throughout the project lifecycle. 4. Coherent and supportive relationship is demonstrated between the overall business strategy and the project portfolio. 5. All projects have an approved plan containing authorization points of which the business case has been reviewed and approved. Decisions are made at an authorization points are recorded and communicated. 6. Methods of delegated authorization bodies have sufficient representation, competence, authority, and resources to make appropriate decisions. 7. The project business case is supported by relevant and realistic information that provides a reliable basis for making authorization decisions. 8. The board and its delegated agents decide when independent scrutiny of projects and project management systems is required and implement scrutiny requirements. 9. There are clearly defined criteria for reporting project status and escalating risk and issues to all levels required by the organization. 10. The organization fosters a culture of improvement and internal disclosure of project information. 11. Project stakeholders are engaged at a level that is commensurate with their importance to the organization in a manner that fosters trust. 7 tips for project governance. You want to involve senior members, senior managers. Senior managers are decision makers in such initiatives that could encourage their input and buy-in. So critical to making sure that you have effective governance structures. You want to prioritize governance goals, reduce complexity, confusion, and conflict by selecting the most appropriate goals. 3. You want to assign ownership and accountability for project governance. More than just an individual, select a group of experienced resources that should be assigned to deliver, monitor, and control the governance initiative. The company board of directors should own the governance process. 4. Design governance at the portfolio, program, and project level. Consistency and synergy lead to adoption of a successful implementation. This is so critical. So it flows down. 5, you want to provide transparency, visibility. It's so vital to just governance as a whole. 6, you want to learn, adapt, and redesign. Governance is an evolutionary process. And 7, you want to educate and be educated. It is essential to review and analyze and improve governance mechanisms. It's not just you set the governance framework and then you just follow it. You need to consistently improve, monitor, and control. So thank you for following along. And please like, share this content. We're going to be producing more information in these topic and exam content areas. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more project management content. See you on the next one.